Congressional Black Caucus is no different than corrupt African leaders in these African countries. Just look at the districts they represent. You have high unemployment, high crime, and high dysfunction. It's no different when you look at these African countries. It's like black Americans, we give a pass to this black caucus because there's a black face on this so-called representation. But in reality, there is no progress in the districts of these black leaders that you see right here. These are black folks, the black caucus, and they represent majority black cities where you got dysfunction, high crime, black boys can't read in fucking school. Look, you got this one statistic that says 70% of black boys can't read in Los Angeles school district. All right? These are the black leaders, the black caucus that we give a pass to. We want to blame white supremacy, whitey, 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 whitey. But these are the folks that black people send to Washington, D.C. to represent us. And there's been no progress. Just like these African leaders, these African dictators in their countries, they've been bought off and they've been compromised, and they let the multinational corporations come in and just fuck their country over in these African countries. Black America is no different. You dumb motherfuckers have been compromised by the black caucus, and none of you dumb motherfuckers are going to hold them accountable. No, no, no. You just got to blame Whitey. Tariq Nasheed, fuck you. Fuck you, man. Listen, he want to talk shit about white people, but he lives around white folks. I live around white folks too, so I can't I can't talk that shit. But I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm gonna tell you what Tariq's not gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you what it takes to live a decent, productive life in a nice house. Tariq Nasheed's gonna tell you it's white supremacy and you're a victim. I'm gonna tell you that, hey, the sky's the limit. You're in a first world country. You're in the world superpower. Yeah, white supremacy exists and racism exists. But trust me, you as a black American, you got far more opportunities than your forefathers. So don't play this victim role that the black caucus wants you to play. Tariq Nasheed and the black caucus, all these hotep hustlers want to keep black folks basically as victims, whining and complaining. Listen, man, if you want society to look at you as a child, as a grown adult, then fuck it. Endorse the black caucus. Endorse Tariq Nasheed. But if you're an individual black man who controls your own future, you have a skill, you bring something to the fucking market, don't embrace Tariq Nasheed. Don't embrace the black caucus, because they have a victim ideology when you have a marketable skill that you can bring to the table. Never, ever, ever, ever feed into this victim mentality. Fuck out of here. But that's what this black caucus wants you to believe. But see, it's black Americans' fault. It's our fault. Because you should not wait for these black caucus members to dictate the policy to you. Black Americans should be dictating the policy to these compromised. I don't like these motherfuckers. These are compromised Democrat victim dwellers. Blame white supremacy, whitey. I don't like these fuckers. I don't. And if you're a real black person and you don't believe in being a victim, you're going to hold these black caucus members accountable because they represent your districts. If you're in fucking Chicago, Baltimore, Philadelphia, fucking Atlanta, Texas, California, these are the black people that represent you. They fucking tell you what the fuck. They tell you what the agenda is, but it shouldn't be that. You should tell them what the agenda is, and they should push for you. Most of these guys you see right here are career politicians in the Black Caucus. They've been there for 18 years, 10 years, 12 years, 20 years. These are just fucking black folks trying to make a living. They're not trying to fucking push a productive agenda for the next generation of young black boys and girls. You got to understand what the young black boys and girls are going to be experiencing within the next 50 years. The babies you're making right now are going to be here in 2050. They're going to be in their 20s and 30s in 2050. How is the Black Caucus preparing the next generation of young black children for the future? How? They're not. And it's going to be the job of older black folks, like, the Gen Xers and the millennials like myself, to put pressure on these fucking Black Caucus members to put forth a productive, positive agenda for the next generation. But see, Black America, a lot of us as black, we're just dumb motherfuckers. We don't think long term. We think of today and tomorrow. A lot of us don't think 50 years, 25 years down the road, because a lot of us were raised by dysfunctional single moms who picked loser fathers to get pregnant by. So a lot of these black guys just grow up chasing pussy, and that's all their priority is in life. You dumb motherfuckers. See, once you get enough pussy, you realize that life is bigger than that shit. It's like you got to think about the future of the children you have. 25, 30 years down the road, what's going to be like? What are you going to leave to them? Because you're going to fucking die of a heart attack, whatever the case may be. But if you don't think long term, your children are going to be all fucked up in 2050, 2070 as a permanent minority because of abortion, and they ain't going to be able to defend themselves or do anything productive because they're going to be a fucking drastic minority, mainly because of what black folks did in 2018. So are black Americans going to set the agenda for the Black Caucus, or is the Black Caucus going to set the agenda for black Americans? And I'm going to say these Black Caucus members don't have the best interest of black Americans. So it's going to be black Americans putting pressure on these idiots and telling these Black Caucus members what direction they should be going. Again, it's going to take black Americans to put pressure on the Black Caucus members on the direction black America should go. And it mainly should be, first, family values. Again, the Black Caucus should be told by their constituents, family values is the first thing. Black family values. Okay? If you're not going to talk about black family values, you're basically ignoring the most important concept of maintaining a healthy population. And like I said earlier, look at the districts many of these Black Caucus members represent. High crime, high unemployment. It's just so much dysfunction. And there's no difference between these Black Caucus members and these corrupt African dictators and leaders in these foreign African countries. But see, as black Americans, we're here in the first world country. We can hold these Black Caucus members accountable. We can make these motherfuckers uncomfortable, you dumb motherfuckers. These are some twisted, evil black folks. They've been compromised, and you gotta speak out against them. What's the point in having these congressional Black Caucus members if there hasn't been any black progress in these districts for the past 30 years? I mean, shit. You would get the same or better results with a white representative in your district. Think about it, though. I mean, Southside Chicago. I mean, look, how worse could it be? You might as well have somebody white representing the fucking black constituents there, because the black constituents ain't doing shit for the black folks in that area? What are the black representatives doing in Southside Chicago to preserve life, preserve business, and the productive environment? Not a goddamn thing. So what would be the difference if you had a white representative there in that position instead of a black person? You probably get the same results, or you'll probably get better results. So it's like, when you got these major black cities with these black representatives in power, and you still got high dysfunction, high murder, high crime, high drugs, high unemployment, what's the point of having these black representatives there? You might as well have a white motherfucker there, because they're going to give you the same results, or even better. I'm serious. Your black political representatives have been compromised. And we don't want to realize this shit. We just don't want to realize this shit. You will get the same results, the same results from a white, Asian, or Hispanic political representative in the same position as these black caucus members. But as black Americans, we don't like hearing the truth. We've been fed this politically correct bullshit for decades. And whenever we hear the truth, we get offended. Or whenever a white person says some shit, oh, it's deemed as racist. Yeah, they're racist. Hell yeah. But you can't let your emotions feed into that shit. You gotta be logical. You don't gotta agree with that shit, but hear what they gotta say. And understand what you're dealing with. And figure out a way to protect and defend yourself against that type of ideology if you find it offensive or threatening. You can't change a racist white person's mindset. You can only defend yourself against it because it's an ideology. Just like radical Islam is an ideology. You can't change an ideology. Thousands and millions of people have that ideology. You can only figure out ways to defend yourself against that ideology. But dumbass black motherfuckers want to be a victim and try to change motherfuckers with a crazy ideology. No, you defend yourself against that shit. Get a way to defend yourself from that shit. Don't try to change them. Have measures to protect yourself from them motherfuckers. That's it. But no, we want to play victim. Victims get fucked. Victims get colonized. Victims get exploited. And that's what the Black Caucus don't want to tell black Americans. No, they don't want to tell black Americans that. They want to live a lavish life and just, do what they do every fucking year, 2 years, and enjoy life. A lot of us don't even know how these Congressional Black Caucus members vote on certain issues. Every time there's a major vote within a Congressional Black Caucus or within Congress, black Americans should be keeping track on how these Black Caucus members are voting and basically figuring out if they're voting in the best interest of black Americans or if they're not. And if they're not, you should be putting pressure on them. I'm telling you the truth. I'm giving you the honest, cold, hard truth with no political correctness. Because political correctness have destroyed black Americans since the 1970s. It really put black Americans to sleep, and it made us become very sensitive whenever we come across a racist, twisted motherfucker. We just lose our shit and we just get in our feelings. When I like to see a racist motherfucker, I want to see his true feelings. I want to hear him flat out. I don't want him to hide his true feelings and how he feels. But until us as black Americans hold the Congressional Black Caucus and the black political representatives accountable that, claim to represent us, there's no progress at all. You got these Congressional Black Caucus members, like the the John Lewis from Georgia, Maxine Waters from California, Sheila Jackson Lee from Texas, Elijah Cummings. These are all career Black Congressional Caucus members making a good living, living a lavish lifestyle, flying around the country for the past 10 to 15 years. And their districts, the districts they represent in these major cities, are hellholes, shitholes, full of unemployed Black men, unemployed Black women that are prostitutes, drug dealers, gang members, the lowest degenerate Black folks you could imagine. And here Black Caucus members driving around in government vehicles, living a good life when their district is fucked up. Just like these African leaders in these corrupt African countries. But no, Black Americans don't want to say shit. We want to sit back and play victim and blame Whitey, 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 Whitey. Yeah, these white crackers are racist. But you got a Black political representation that can do far more than what they're doing, especially when you compare that to the Jim Crow era. They could be doing far more, but they're not. So when are Black Americans going to put forth a productive, positive agenda for ourselves and for, the children in the future, honestly? Because, the millennials want to, you hear how millennials try to blame the boomers, right? Well, I'm going to guarantee you something. When we turn 60 as millennials, Gen Zs are going to be blaming us, and they're going to ask us, what did we do as millennials when we turn 60? And what answers are you going to give? So I'm giving my fucking answers right now. I'm holding these fucking congressional Black accountable early. Because I'm going to give these videos to my kids and show them. This is what I did back in 2008 to hold these Black Caucus members accountable that were supposedly representing, Black folks. Don't sit back and let this agenda control you. The constituents should control the agenda. But Black Americans have fed into this victim ideology. And we just don't even fucking push back. You gotta push back. If you don't push back, you're going to be compromised. You're going to be compromised. And the Congressional Black Caucus is going to tell you what agenda you should follow. At the same time, understand, these Congressional Black Caucus members have been compromised. So whatever agenda they tell you is not in the best interest of Black folks. I'm telling you the goddamn truth. When I say Black folks, I'm really talking about Black dudes, because whatever Black dude or Black men are about productively will impact our children. It's going to be able to trickle down to our children. So, in my opinion, you got to voice your objection to the Congressional Black Caucus. You have to. You have to voice your objection to the Congressional Black Caucus and the current agenda they are pushing. These Congressional Black Caucus members are controlling a lot of things across the country in many different districts. And they are no different than these corrupt African dictators that are preventing roads, electricity, plumbing, and those basic infrastructures from being built. But here in America, these Congressional Black Caucus members are preventing Black Americans from escaping this victim mentality and learning how to hold each other accountable, establish good businesses, get rid of the no-snitch policy, and reject anything that's destructive to Black America. So if you're serious and you want to see these Black Caucus members change the agenda, give them a call. Give them a call. But I know you dumb motherfuckers ain't going to do this shit. Here's the phone number. Area code 202-226-97 976. Again, motherfucker. You dumb motherfucker they're going to call because you are comfortable with this dysfunction. You don't want no accountability. You don't want no responsibility. Again, I'm kind of sick, but fuck it. Here's the number. 202-226-9776. Now listen, don't curse. Don't be vulgar. Don't be disrespectful. Don't be ignorant. I'm telling you. Be polite and be productive. Just tell them that you reject the open borders. Write this shit down. Don't call them without writing nothing down. I'm telling you, you gotta be organized and methodical. Don't just call and run your dumb ass retarded mouth, mother. A lot of us do this dumb shit, black folks. We don't organize ourselves. We don't write shit down before we call or talk. Write this shit down. Just tell them simply basic shit. Just tell them, listen, you reject open borders. This is the agenda. You reject open borders, 1. You reject the LGBT curriculum in the schools being pushed on our children. And number 3, you want nationwide body cameras on every single law enforcement officer in this damn country. One more time. This is the black male agenda, okay? You want to reject the LGBT curriculum in the schools where our children go. You want to reject open borders. And you want body cameras for every law enforcement officer within this country that the streets. Here's the phone number one more time. 202-226-9776. Now, these Congressional Black Caucus members, they don't want to talk to you because they're nervous. So you're going to be transferred to a voicemail. And this is why I say write the 3-step agenda down and leave a productive, positive voicemail. Because they're going to transfer you to a voicemail. And let them know the 3-step agenda. One more time. You reject open borders. You reject the LGBT curriculum within the school system nationwide. And you also want body cameras for every single law enforcement officer within this country. If you're a serious black person, you're going to make that phone call and you're going to push those 3 major black male agendas. Illegal immigration. You basically want police officers that patrol these streets to have body cameras. And you want to reject the LGBT curriculum in all schools across this country, particularly for black children, because black children are being compromised and attacked by this LGBT movement. And these single black mothers, if you're a real single black mother and you're against this shit, speak up. Because your children 50 years from now, when they look at the history books and they see what you whores did and you embrace this gay agenda, they're going to hate you. You have a chance to reject this. And when your kids realize that you aborted most of your kids during 2018 and throughout the 90s, your kids are going to really hate you for this shit. So listen, you American black chicks on this Democrat Party plantation bullshit, your children, your grandchildren, your great-great-grandchildren, 50 years from now are going to remember that you picked loser fathers for your kids to get pregnant by, and you push this gay agenda, and you encourage your boys to be emasculated and effeminized. Okay? Your custody comes with responsibility. And since you chicks got all the custody and you're raising these little bastard-ass black boys, you're responsible for how they turn out. If they turn out homosexual, it's your fault. If they can't read, it's your fault. You picked the father. You picked Pookie. You knew he was a loser. It's going to be your fault. I got to go before I start cussing at these hoes.
bitch, motherfucker, cause game winner. Into the first zone, worst known Mike Hola. My Hummer roller, evacuating strap soldiers. Inside strategy, manifesting military styles, casual strategy. When niggas battle me, my prophesied prediction. Switch and move positions, separated from his gun and bitch, and watch him start snitching. I keep spitting, still stupid niggas fail to listen. I personified as thug, living hell of prison. My ammunition varies, my voice carries. Watch me invite the whole world, me and the mob getting married. It seems horrifying, screams pierce the dark. This is suspected, a trick, bitch. Where's your heart? Your mark. Watch niggas fall when I call their name. We outlaws, on your head, niggas all the same. Except some want more out of life distress. We still thuggin' till it's none left.
Murdering pain, go with the game if you choose to roll. Kicking doors, putting holes in motherfuckers, leaving hoes disposed of. Nigga, lay it down when I creep on a mission to send you 6 feet. Nigga, don't you